The mission of archaeologists has no start and no finish. Every archaeologist understands that thousands of astonishing discoveries were made before they were born, and they will keep being made long after they're gone. While they're still here, they contribute to an ever-growing collection of truly remarkable finds like the ones you're about to see in this amazing video. Number 15. Valle del Encanto. In northern Chile's Valle del Encanto, translated as the Enchanted Valley, a series of ancient petroglyphs and pictographs scatter the landscape. Most scholars credit them to the El Mul culture, dating back over 2,300 years. However, some researchers argue they may be much older, potentially reaching back to a Paleo-American population that lived here around 12,900 years ago. People believed to have elongated skulls and entirely distinct cultural markers. The rock art features mostly human-like figures, but some depictions are harder to explain. One stands out, a humanoid shape with an oversized head and large almond-shaped eyes, features eerily similar to the gray alien image known today. While no serious archaeologist claims extraterrestrial involvement, this particular figure has sparked debate. Others think it may represent Viracocha, the Incan creator deity. Still, the precise origin of the art and the meaning behind its more bizarre images remains unsettled. Whoever carved them had something important to say. We just haven't worked out what that message was yet. Number 14. Chinese ancient graneries. This next discovery takes us 6,000 years back. Chinese archaeologists uncovered a group of 16 ancient granaries at the Hangshan ruins in Nanyang, China. These date back to the mid to late period of the Yangshao culture, a Neolithic society that existed between 5,000 and 7,000 years ago. Built with round and oval bases, each granary measured between 7.5 and 9.8 feet across on the outside and about 6.5 feet inside. Located near remains of homes and jade and stone craft workshops, these granaries point to a busy and developed settlement. Their dense placement and similar structure suggest they were used for large-scale storage. Traces of millet, rice, and other grains were found inside, hinting at a healthy trade economy. Interestingly, the absence of local grass seeds might mean these grains were brought in, not grown locally. Instead of a farming hub, this could have been a distribution point. The discovery offers solid proof of how early civilizations managed their food and commerce with striking organization. Number 13. Mongolia sits meditating monk. In early 2015, the body of a mummified monk was found in northern Mongolia, sitting upright in a meditative lotus position and wrapped in cattle hides. Despite being exposed to the elements, his body was remarkably preserved, so much so that some senior Buddhist figures claimed he wasn't dead but in a deep spiritual trance. According to their beliefs, he had entered Tukdam, a rare meditative state so intense that a person can remain motionless for years, possibly even achieving a state close to Buddhahood. Scientific examinations suggest the monk passed away around 1927, with the extreme cold of the region playing a major role in preserving his remains. The monk's body was nearly lost to the black market before being recovered and transferred to the National Center of Forensic Expertise. Though most scientists dismiss the spiritual claims, the sheer condition of his body continues to baffle researchers. Even today, his identity is unknown, but the 200-year-old frozen stillness of his final meditation remains untouched. Number 2. Laona Mound. In Cyprus, the ancient burial mound of Laona was already known to archaeologists, but what no one realized was that it concealed an even older structure beneath it. During new excavations, researchers found a huge monument hidden below, a sprawling fortification with a staircase and a stone rampart over 500 feet long. The construction dates to the Cypro-classical period, about 2,400 years ago. Building something on this scale would have required expert planning and a huge labor force, especially considering the tools available at the time. Yet oddly, much of the structure appears unfinished. that hints the original builders may have abandoned it midway through, either because of conflict, cost, or collapse. Later on, another group came along and repurposed the space, covering it with the mound that stands today. No one knows who built the older structure or why they left it behind. But this layered history shows how new monuments can erase older ones, leaving modern scholars to piece together forgotten and buried intentions. Number 11. Yaruslav the Wise. Prince Yaruslav the Wise was one of the most influential rulers in Ukraine's early history, founder of the country's first library, and a major builder of St. Sophia's Cathedral in Kyiv, where his sarcophagus still stands today, or rather, where it used to. The structure remains, but Yaroslav's remains are gone. It's believed they were stolen during World War II, but no one knows exactly when or how it happened. Built in the 11th century, the cathedral has endured invasions, attacks, and multiple reconstructions over the centuries, yet the sarcophagus itself remained untouched throughout. During the 13th to 15th centuries, the structure suffered heavy damage, and by the 17th century, full-scale restoration began, lasting well into the 1700s. Somehow, through all of this, Yaroslav's coffin survived intact. But today, it's just a shell. Whether his body was taken by occupying forces or lost to time remains unknown. What's left behind is a monument to a man, just without the man himself. Well, I feel sad for this guy. Number 10. Doorstone Hill. Archaeologists studying burial practices in ancient Britain made a strange find at Doorstone Hill. There, among timber halls and burial mounds from 6,000 years ago, they found worn-out pieces of transparent quartz crystals, carefully broken and scattered at grave sites. These weren't any stones. The crystals likely came from whales, meaning they were transported across great distances by communities who placed deep symbolic value in them. Once at the burial site, the crystals were intentionally broken, possibly as part of funerary rituals or to release spiritual energy. Their clarity and rarity suggest they weren't just decorations. Instead, they may have marked important graves, serving as both a visual and metaphysical signpost. The timing aligns with Britain's early farming era, when settlements became more permanent and burial customs more elaborate. The fact that ancient people were willing to carry heavy, fragile materials for miles, only to break them with care, speaks to the depth of belief and meaning tied to death in Neolithic society. Number 9. Giant sloth bone pendants. A breakthrough discovery in Brazil is challenging what we know about human presence in the Americas. At the Santa Helena rock shelter in central Brazil, archaeologists uncovered 3 bones from a giant sloth, each believed to have been shaped and worn as pendants. These modified bones, dated between 25,000 and 27,000 years old, are the oldest personal ornaments ever found in the Americas, and the only known examples made from giant sloth remains. The animal name was Glossotherium phoenacis, and this beast lived during the Ice Age and weighed around 1,300 pounds, larger than most present-day brown bears. Microscopic inspection showed the bones were polished by human hands long before fossilization. The site also features rock art of human-like and animal figures. The presence of these pendants adds weight to theories, suggesting early human arrival in South America even before the Clovis culture. Combined with earlier finds like fossilized footprints in New Mexico, the evidence is stacking up. Humans arrived here far earlier than once believed, and they had style. Number 8. La Torre la Llanera. Until August 2022, a sprawling megalithic site in Huelva, southern Spain, had gone unnoticed. It wasn't hidden underground, it was just sitting in a field, nearly forgotten. When the land was surveyed for an avocado plantation, over 500 standing stones came to light, forming what is now known as La Torre la Llanera. Some are dolmens, others are burial mounds and stone-lined graves spread across the southern border near Portugal. Initial studies suggest the site dates back 2,600 years. The sheer number and arrangement of the stones make this one of the largest known megalithic complexes in Europe. Why it was built remains uncertain. Was it a cemetery? A ceremonial gathering place? A marker of territory? Like other prehistoric sites, the true purpose is lost to time. but the fact that such a vast complex went unnoticed for centuries shows how much of ancient Europe still hides in plain sight. The site now stands as a major archaeological zone, reminding us how easily history can be overlooked and forgotten. Number 7. Giant stone tools. In Kent, archaeologists from the UCL Institute of Archaeology unearthed some of the largest prehistoric stone tools ever found in Britain. Dating back more than 300,000 years, the site revealed about 800 stone artifacts preserved in deep Ice Age layers. Among them were 2 massive flint hand axes measuring an impressive 11.6 inches, some of the longest tools discovered in Britain to date. These axes were carefully shaped on both sides to create a balanced, sharp edge, likely used for butchering animals or cutting meat. But due to their enormous size, some researchers wonder if they were also meant to display strength or skill. The exact identity of the early human species behind the tools remains unknown. The excavation also shed light on the ancient environment, home to species like red deer, wild horses, and extinct animals such as straight-tusked elephants and ancient lions. As a twist, archaeologists also found a Roman-era cemetery layered far above, offering insight into 2 worlds, millennia apart. Number 6. The Alcerion. The Alcerion stands tucked behind the Temple of Seti in Abydos and remains one of Egypt's least understood architectural marvels. Unlike typical temples, this megalithic structure sits at a significantly lower level than the surrounding complex. Built from enormous limestone blocks, it features a central stone-paved island surrounded by a water basin and flanked by side chambers, accessible through a long stone-lined corridor. The layout and materials suggest a symbolic underworld, possibly part of Seti's funerary program, though its original purpose remains unclear. The sheer scale, precision-cut trilithons, and lack of rounded columns make it unique across all Egyptian sites, its closest structural cousin being the Valley Temple at Giza. British archaeologists Flinders Petrie and Margaret Murray excavated the site in 1902-03, but debate over its true age and function still lingers. Despite some linking it to older periods based on style, inscriptions bearing Seti's name confirm its construction during his reign. The Alcerion remains a blend of mystery and monument, silent, submerged, and unmatched in form. Number 5. The Tarkan Dress. Found in 1913 by archaeologist Flinders Petrie at the Tarkan Cemetery near Cairo, the Tarkan dress is the oldest known woven garment in human history. It dates back to Egypt's first dynasty around 5,200 years ago. Initially overlooked and stored with other textiles, the dress was later examined and dated through radiocarbon testing. The results confirmed Petrie's assumption: it's not just old, it's prehistoric fashion at its peak. The dress is made of finely woven linen, tailored with pleats and sleeves, showing not only technical skill but aesthetic intention. Despite being over 5 millennia old, it's remarkably well preserved, an outcome made possible by Egypt's dry climate and the tomb's sealed conditions. The garment proves that ancient Egyptians had already mastered spinning and weaving on a sophisticated level. It may not definitively prove Egypt invented weaving, but it forces that conversation. Clothing isn't just utility, it's culture. And this simple yet elegant piece shows Egypt was designed with a goal. Number 4. Tsimim Cave, Israel. Archaeologists from the Israel Antiquities Authority and Bar-Ilan University have found evidence of Roman-era necromantic rituals in Tsimim Cave, located in the Jerusalem hills. This cave once served as a refuge for Jewish rebels during the Bar Kokhba revolt, but deeper research over the last 14 years has revealed something even stranger. More than 120 oil lamps, coins, weapons, pottery, and 3 human skulls were discovered wedged into narrow crevices. Their placement, combined with the skulls, suggests these items were used in necromancy, the act of communicating with the dead to foresee events or seek guidance. Scholars propose that the flames of the oil lamps were red like omens, with the weapons acting as protection against evil spirits. The cave's disturbing contents offer a rare, chilling look at supernatural practices of the time. This discovery, recently published in the Harvard Theological Review, pulls back the curtain on rituals usually lost to time. What was once dismissed as myth now sits as evidence burned into stone and clay. Number 3. Ancient City of Nimrod. Archaeologists from the University of Pennsylvania Museum have revealed extraordinary finds in the ruined Assyrian city of Nimrod, once a major capital of the Assyrian Empire. The site suffered heavy destruction by the IS in 2015 and 2016, but now it's revealing treasures long buried. Inside a 800-year-old palace and nearby temple dedicated to the goddess Ishtar, teams have found a wealth of stone monuments. The most unique piece is a broken slab showing Ishtar inside a star symbol, something never seen at Nimrod before. Ishtar, goddess of love and fertility, was a central figure in Assyrian mythology. Other finds include stone slabs showing the royal family tree, huge stone bases from palace columns, and bronze door bands carved with images of soldiers, horses, and gift-bearers. A newly uncovered 10-foot-wide gate connects Ishtar's temple to another temple honoring Ninurta, god of war. With each excavation, the legacy of Nimrod is being restored, one carved stone at a time, defying the destruction left behind. Number 2. Petroglyphs of Aquipa. In southern Peru, near the city of Arequipa, thousands of petroglyphs cover ancient volcanic stones, yet few people know they exist. These rock carvings, created roughly 1,000 years ago, are believed to be the work of the Wari and Chuquibamba cultures, scattered across over 5,000 volcanic boulders left behind by eruptions from Chachani and Corupuna. The petroglyphs include images of llamas, deer, birds, snakes, plants, humans, and abstract geometric designs. Many are carved deep into the stone and arranged in complex, layered scenes. Despite their artistic and archaeological value, the petroglyphs remain largely unstudied, partly because of how remote they are. Reaching them requires hiking through a rugged desert, which deters most casual visitors. Still, for those who make the journey, the reward is not just a prehistoric art gallery, but a glimpse into the lives and beliefs of people who understood the power of volcanic stone. These rocks were chosen on purpose, likely believed to be sacred long before science named them igneous. Number 1. Europe sits underground tunnel network. The idea of a vast underground tunnel system connecting Europe might sound outlandish, but archaeological findings say otherwise. Across hundreds of Neolithic sites, researchers have uncovered traces of narrow tunnels running beneath ancient settlements. Some experts believe these were once part of a much larger connected network stretching from Scotland all the way to Turkey. If that's true, we're talking about a feat of human effort that defies belief. Tunnels dug by hand over 12,000 years ago. Many are just 30 inches wide, barely enough space for a person to crawl through, and yet some open into chambers, alcoves, and stone-lined rooms, possibly for storage or shelter. German archaeologist Dr. Heinrich Kusch has documented these findings in his book Secrets of the Underground Door to an Ancient World, suggesting these routes may have been used to travel safely during times of conflict or predation. The real mystery isn't just how they were made, but why they were abandoned, and how such a network was nearly forgotten until now. If you found this video interesting, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you in the next one.